Good Luck Charlie is one of the rare shows from Disney Channel that every episode is a 10 out of 10. The writing is always great, the timing is perfect, and the chemistry is so strong that the Duncans come off like a real family. This video is titled The Worst Episode, but I want to be clear that it's not the worst in a boring or dumb way. It's the worst episode because Amy's selfishness is at an all-time high, and probably the highest we've seen the entire show. Make Room for Baby is the first episode from Season 3. The plot is about Amy realizing there's not enough room in the house for their baby that's coming, so she tells Bob that they need a new home. Initially, the Duncans are surprised, but they don't give much pushback because I don't think any of them took Amy serious. As time goes by, we realize Amy is actually serious, so Bob and PJ begin figuring out a way to make extra room for the new baby. But nothing is satisfying Amy, and she remains adamant about getting a new house. The Duncan parents end up buying a new home and show it to their kids. The kids are sad now that they realize moving homes is becoming reality. Bob is stressed because they still own their original home, so now they're the owners of 2 homes. Time passes and everyone has to pack up. Charlie doesn't want to pack and is saying she doesn't want to move. PJ also says he's going to miss their home and doesn't want to move. Teddy makes her final video diary from the house and we see their childhood home is completely empty. Everyone is satisfying Amy's decision and they leave, but Amy ends up going back inside by herself. When back inside, Amy begins reminiscing and starts realizing it will be a huge mistake to move away from their home. Amy then tells Bob they can't move and have to stay. Bob and all the Duncan kids are happy that they get to stay. Gabe is the only one who says they should leave because he pranked Dabney. The episode ends with the Duncans remaining in their original home and all of them are happy. Even though this episode has a happy ending, and the Duncans don't sell their home, Amy was acting very selfish the entire time. Not once did Amy ask her kids if they're okay with moving, and even when PJ tries telling her that he doesn't want to move, Amy doesn't comfort him or try cheering him up. Instead, Amy manipulates PJ so he can be okay with moving homes. But this isn't the only bad thing Amy does. Amy also makes Bob go through so much stress by buying a whole new house and owning 2 at the same time. The Duncans seem like they're financially well, but they're not rich, so I can imagine that owning 2 homes is very stressful. Not once did Amy sit down and think about what she was putting her family through. Amy was always selfish and full of herself, but in this episode all of that was ramped up. Even at the end when Amy decides not to move away is her still acting selfish. She reminisces of all their times in the house and realizes that she wants Toby to live in the original house the same way all their other kids did. She doesn't decide to stay because she feels bad for her kids. It's not like she realizes that moving will make her kids depressed, so she decides to stay. She only decides to stay because her feelings are now hurt and because she will miss the house. Once again, only Amy's feelings matter, because earlier when everyone was telling her that they'll miss the house, Amy didn't care at all. Although this episode was the worst because of Amy, the episode is still entertaining, but it's mostly entertaining because of Gabe and Dabney. Dabney gets good revenge on Gabe, and watching their rivalry was always entertaining. Once again, this episode isn't the worst due to being boring. It's the worst because Amy's selfishness is at an all-time high. Let me know in the comments if you agree that Amy is the worst in this episode. But also comment if you actually relate to Amy and understand her perspective on wanting to move.